Hello everyone and welcome to 2 Hour Team, a show where we get a game, play it for 2 hours and then decide if we're going to refund it or keep it. I am Nate, playing as your mate Nate.
Hi, I'm Xavier, and I'll be playing today as Cyclonic.
Hey, I'm Harmony, and I'm playing as Keep Calm and Kill More Zombies.
Hello, I'm Warren, playing as Global.
And today we're having a look at the roguelike action-adventure game, Heroes of Hammerwatch.
Heroes of Hammerwatch is a roguelike action game set in the same universe as Hammerwatch. Its style of gameplay is to go through randomly generated tower floors, which are essentially dungeon floors in a classic RPG, and has bosses every few levels. While going through the floors, the player would collect ore and gold, which is used to upgrade the town, and buy upgrades for the players.
The game has a nice scale of progression to it. As you continue to complete your levels in the game, you'll start to see more of the town come to life through the different materials and minerals that you return back to the town with each adventure into the mines.
The game mainly progresses by upgrading the town. When you upgrade the town, you would gain access to upgrading weapons, armor, character statistics, your potions, and even gaining access to starting items.
Making those early enemies that would kill you over and over again, complete pushovers later on as you get stronger. This distinct feeling of progression is what entices and keeps drawing you in to keep exploring this dungeon, to get more and more loot, so you can upgrade the town and become stronger and stronger and stronger to see how far you can go through the dungeon. If you've decided to play multiplayer in this game, you can play cooperatively up to 4 people. In multiplayer, communication and teamwork is vital to success. If you stray away too far from the party, it's a good way to get the whole party killed very early on, as all members should be working together instead of going off in their own directions. There are also some really cool mechanics that comes with this game when you're working as a team. Like, all loot is a shared kitty, where everyone picks up a piece of gold, it will go to the team's loot. But you can decide independently when you send your loot back to town. So if someone wants to send their loot back at floor 2, you can decide to send yours back at floor 3 if you're feeling a bit more a game than they are.
Something unique about the game is that it includes a concept of soul linking, where you can revive a fallen player, but if they die again, so do you. Very useful, but also very deadly, as it creates this domino effect where one person dying means the whole party dies.
So we were all linked by souls. So I think I was linked to Harmony, Harmony was linked to Warren, Warren was linked to you. So when one of us died, we went bang 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 bang. So no matter what health you have, when your soul link dies, you explode.
There were 4 classes available at the start: Paladin, Ranger, Sorcerer, and Warlock. The Paladin was a melee character, the Warlock a semi-melee character, and the Sorcerer and Ranger were both ranged characters. There were 3 unlockable classes as well. It felt that the game was somewhat unbalanced with the classes. The melee classes felt that they would struggle for most of the game, having to get up close to the enemies, whereas the ranged characters could just easily kite the enemies. Having played the Sorcerer, I felt like I could have easily soloed the floors due to one of my basic abilities bouncing off enemies and then bouncing towards other enemies. It also had numerous AoEs, giving it advantages in killing massive amounts of enemies that are grouped up while kiting them.
This game does a really good job of enticing the player to keep delving into the dungeon. The feeling of progression and upgrading the town kept me going through, and I know keep many other people going through that dungeon as well. The distinct feeling of growth is great. But the game itself is very repetitive, and I feel that over the course of time, over again, it's going to get repetitive and wear off very quickly. So on that note, I probably won't keep this game, as it's not quite what I'll be after.
This is a fun game, and reminds me a lot of games I used to play on the Sega back when I was a kid. So I've ended up keeping it for now, and I look forward to playing a couple of games in the future.
Unfortunately, because it is that level by level style of game, with not much changing but the difficulty, I'm not keeping it.
The game felt like it was very repetitive, had little story in it, and it felt like a really grind heavy game. I'm not keeping the game.
That's 1 person keeping it and 3 people returning it, and it's available on Steam if you want to check out this challenging roguelike game, Heroes of Hammerwatch. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.